Hey y'all, it's Professor McCullough here with the latest help session for Excel Module 4. We are getting close to the end. We'll wrap up with Module 6 in just a couple of weeks. So that's exciting. Also exciting, this week we're talking about tables. You might have thought we were already working with tables, but no, we've been working with spreadsheets. Today we're going to learn how to set up a table and how that opens up all sorts of possibilities. So let me go straight to sharing my screen. Share Excel. And there we go. You should be seeing a spreadsheet involving some employees, their ID, last name, first name, gender, title, salary, location, performance, and hire date. Okay, so if let's see, I just need to open up my instructions here. There. Okay, so this is not a table. Again, this is what you call, I guess, officially a structured range, but converting it into a table is easy. All you need to do, easiest way, go up to the upper left-hand corner. Like this is like the left upper bound of the table. And then you go to insert table, okay? And where's the data for your table? Well, it guesses that it's this whole contiguous section, right, in which we have filled values. So it guesses correctly. And we want to tell it that we have headers because, right, fundamentally this first row is different than all of the values that follow. These are just labels, and this is the actual data. So we tell it that table has headers, so those will sort of be excluded. We click OK. And boom, now we have a table, right? Notice they've added some nice formatting if we want to change the formatting. Say if we prefer green, purple looks nice, but I'm going to go with this aqua one. So that's easy to do. I guess one nice aspect of tables is just how easy it is to format them. But also, these little triangle pull-down menus give us all sorts of possibilities in terms of filtering and sorting. So that's really mostly what today is going to be about. Let's start off with the thing that you are asked to do several times. The table name, you want to change it, you can do that. You just go up upper left-hand corner there. We just type in employee table. If you want it to be more than one word, you got to connect them with an underscore. Okay, here's an annoying thing, right? You have a big, look at how long this table is, and you're scrolling down, and then you're like, oh yeah, what was this? What are these numbers here? Oh, it's already been covered. We already do have the labels staying on, but all right, there we go. See, I just made the labels go away. Oh, look, Excel has some nice new features. Nevertheless, you are going to have to freeze the top row, right? We want to keep this row number one from scrolling with the rest of our table as we move to the lower reaches of our table. So we do that. That's in view, right? If you think about it, that makes sense. It's not changing anything in our table, just what we see of the table. And so we could freeze the first column if we wanted these things locked in. We don't in this case, but in this case, we want to freeze the top row. We do that. And now when we scroll, notice our top row stays there. It's still row number one, but now number one stays there and other rows kind of fill in underneath it. Okay, eliminating duplicates. I actually don't think there are any duplicates in this table, but let me show you how you would search. You know, if you've got this table that has hundreds of employees in it, thousands of employees, you don't want to have to look through. Even if you sorted them all alphabetically, it would still be a decent amount of work. And what you can do instead is just go up to data or data. And it is not intuitive at all. Oh, it is, because now they've labeled it. on the older version of Excel, it was just this blue row, white row, blue row, indicating duplicates and getting rid of them. So we click that, and we want to confirm that it needs to look through all of the columns to identify it as a duplicate. So we say, okay, no duplicate values found, as expected. When you do it in the exercises, there will be some duplicates that are actually eliminated. So that will be exciting. All right, I told you sorting was a big thing in this unit, and it is. So let's get right to that. Sort the employees by last name. Easy enough. Go to this triangle, and it knows which column we're talking about because we just clicked on the triangle in that column. And we just say sort ascending, and they help us out. Ascending means A to Z, so alphabetical order. And we click ascending, and now it shows them. Obviously, right, like not just the values in this column change, all of the values that are associated with Martha Adams follow her. Otherwise, this wouldn't be very useful. So we have made everything move alphabetically. So Martha Adams and all of her values are here, followed by Tom F. Lord, etc. on the way down. And if we wanted to flip it, we click descending, and now we have Allison Winberry, followed by Andrea Woods. So reverse alphabetical order, and we'll go back to the standard ascending order. Okay, so that is sorting. Let's do one more sort. Let's sort people by location. This company has people all over the place. So let's clear that up a little bit by sorting by location, do it alphabetically by location. There we go. Atlanta has a lot of people, then Boston, Chicago, etc. Okay, that's good. What if we want to sort by two criteria? We can do it. We go to data. Oh, data was already open. And sort gives us more possibilities than just clicking on the triangle, right? So it shows us, okay, you're currently sorting by location A to Z. And if we want to add another criteria, we click the plus sign and it says then by, okay, and let's sort by salary. And let's go from largest to smallest, I don't know. And we click OK. And so now within each city, now we have people sorted from highest to lowest by salary. And then on to Boston, we go another high salary and then dropping. Okay, so that's how you sort by multiple criteria. All right, I want to undo that sorting. So let's just see. Okay. Good. I think we've undone all the sorting. And now I want to apply a filter. So let's look at these performance evaluations. Looks like there's 4 categories, right? So if I click on the triangle, again, this is how I can access a lot of the sorting and filtering options. And let's say I want to just look at everyone who's evaluated as excellent. Okay, well, I could unclick all of these, or I can click select all, which undoes all of them, and then I click excellent. And now it only shows me those people evaluated as excellent. Okay, so that could be useful for some reason. All right, so doing these things makes me curious, right? We want to see whether our excellent performers are being compensated fairly. So one way we could do that is to compare the average salary for an employee to the average salary of an excellent employee. All right, so let's first start with calculating the average salary. I'll just put in a poorly formatted thing down here just to get it done quickly. We'll say average salary Okay, and then we know that that's going to be equal to average. And we'll go up to the top of the salary column. I'll click there, do Control Shift down. And close it up. And it shows me a big number with a long decimal, which we don't really want. So let's go back to home so we can format that as a currency. Oh, let's do it accounting style. There we go. So $40,829 is the average salary for all the employees. The next thing that I wanted to do, well, let's do it this way. There's a couple ways we can do this, and we'll do it two different ways. One thing that you are asked to do is to add a total row, right? So the way that we do that, a total row, by the way, is going to be a row that's just set up down here, and it has some tools that allow us to easily do some calculations on the values above, right? So the way we do that, let's see, we want to go to, oh, here's an important lesson. If you want to do something involving the table, you got to click on the table. Notice how this just popped up? Okay, so I am choosing from the table menu, and we go over here. There's a bunch of check boxes, click total row, boom. Now we have that row that I promised you. It's labeled as total, and right now it doesn't seem to be doing much. It gave us this weird number. I think that's just the count for the number of dates that have been entered here. We won't worry about that. What I am interested in doing is, well, let's just confirm that my average salary was calculated correctly. Okay, so if I click on the triangle down here in the total row, it could give me the sum. How much are we paying every year to our employees? All right, $6.3 million. That's a lot of money. Okay. But we want the average, and let's just confirm that it does in fact look like the average we calculated. So good job us. But what I want to do is to see the salary for a particular subset of people, those with an excellent performance. So we'll keep this set for average. Now I'm going to go up here and set that filter back and say, I only want to look at the people who are excellent. Okay, and now it's still giving me an average, but now it's only giving me an average for those folks in that subcategory of excellent. And what does it tell us? It tells us that those people that are excellent are actually making less money than the average employee. Oh, that makes me so mad. So interesting stuff found by doing a little bit of work with Excel. How else can we do this? The other way is using the status bar. So first we have to set up our status bar. We want some information on what's happening in row F, right? We wanted to derive this number. So therefore, I click on the entire column, and now I'm going to go to view. Let's see. Maybe I have to right click. I forgot. All right, I won't take too long with this because I've already shown you one way. I'm annoyed by myself. I forgot an important thing. Table. It's not here. Status bar. That'd be a nice place to find it, but it is not. All right, we'll move on. Maybe it will come to me. But oh, there it is. Now it shows up. All right, I just clicked on the column and it was here. It's, since I'm on that column, it's showing me the average, it's showing me the count. So there's actually 40 people who are excellent. It's showing me the maximum. It's showing me the sum of all of their salaries, right? And I can adjust what is shown in this, right? You never knew there was anything useful down here. I didn't either until very recently. We can modify it. I'm on a max. I'm doing control, click. If I want to show the minimum, I'll add that in. What's the minimum? Who's got the minimum? Some excellent person is making less than $19,000 a year. Okay, we want to find that person. Give them more money, right? So useful stuff, easily accessible in the status bar, the gray bar down below your actual spreadsheet. All right, what's left? Okay, so I want to highlight those employees that have above average salaries. So you are also asked a lot of questions about conditional formatting, like changing the appearance of cells in the table based on some true or false evaluation. So let's do that. Let's highlight all of the people making an above average salary. And we know that we've already done the hard part of calculating what an above average salary is. First off, let's get rid of our filter. In order to do that, you can just go up here and go back, click select all. Everybody is now selected, so that's good. Everybody's back in the mix. And we're on the salary column. That's where we want to be. We go to home. Conditional formatting is important enough. It's on the home tab. We click on it. Let's do highlight cells. There's lots of other options that you'll be asked to engage in. Highlight cells is kind of the most basic. So let's say greater than. We'll apply a greater than rule. So it says format only cells that contain a cell value. So we're saying, like, look at this cell and look at this cell and look at this cell, and highlight those cells within that group that are greater than whatever value we put in here. So we could just put a number in, but instead we're going to click on a cell, right? The cell being the one that we just calculated for average salary. So we could use this one or we could use this one. They're the same number. Plug it in. Note it's smart enough to know to give us a fixed reference. And let's make it green fill with dark text. Boom. All right, so now everybody who's making more than average is highlighted. Maybe we should be highlighting the people making less and looking at giving them a raise, but whatever reason, like highlight the people with more, the people with less. Or we could say all the people making like less than 30,000. There's all sorts of things that we can do with conditional formatting. All right, those are the, I think, the biggest tricks this week. Obviously, other stuff will come up. Hit me up with your questions. Hopefully, this is helpful.